We're going to use the environmental screening tool, or the EST, by signing in here. I'm going to explain the water's thematic maps, create an AOI, and then create a waters report based on that AOI. So the first thing we'll do is go to the world icon on the top here, select that, and this will take us to our GIS mapping tool that will explain all the data sets available in the EST. Now, there's many tools available in the EST map viewer here, but we're going to concentrate specifically on features developed for waters for this demonstration. So the first thing we'll do is zoom into our project area. You can zoom by using your mouse wheel, or you can go and use the plus and minus at the top here. And then we're going to utilize the water's thematic maps that have already been created. Over here on the left-hand side, you'll see many thematic maps, and we're going to select waters. There's several here to choose from, so select the one that you want to look at. They're all different, so you can look at each one of them and decide what data layers are most interesting to you. I would not suggest selecting all the data layers here at once, because it will overwhelm your map and be hard to distinguish between them. But you can certainly select numerous data layers at one time. So just go through and click on and off which ones you want to choose. If you find when you're in here, you choose a data layer that maybe covers more of the map than you desire and is blocking other information, you can always change the transparency by selecting over here on the hamburger menu where it says transparency, and you can adjust it to the level that you want it to be. Also, if you have data layers you want to see on and off at the same time, you can pick a layer swipe, either vertical or horizontal, and that will swipe on the last data layer you selected, sliding it on and off. So select the data layer you selected and off. And you can turn that off right here. So once you have everything you want to look at for the time being, you can then select on the actual layer, and it can give you more information on a specific area or a specific item that you are interested in. Another way of doing it is that you can go over to the data layer hamburger menu and select Open Attribute Table. That will probably zoom out on your area, but it will provide attributes for the one you selected. You can select each attribute in the table, and it will take you directly to that one. So it may zoom very close in, and again, you can look at that and you can always zoom out. And also, if you want to look at something not on a base map, but more on an aerial image, you can go up here to the base maps and select Image for the aerials. Or any other type of image you want to look at. Another function that you can do is print the project area that you're interested in. You do this by going to the bottom here and pressing print. You'll have to scroll down a little more to see it, and you'll put a title, select the format you want to print it in, such as JPEG or PDF, and if you want it to print in landscape or portrait, and then press print, and it will save it to your project files. So all of this is available to you in the map viewer using these thematic maps. And once you want to see a different one, you just select it and it will load the next set of data layers. Next, I want to explain how to create an area of interest. To do this, we come over to the AOI editor and press Create. From here, we start entering the information about the project. But this information is more for you to find the project in the future, so you can put any name that you want to call it. And then select Waters as the type. The description, you can enter a description or you can leave it blank. Keep until gives you 1 month where the AOI will be housed in the EST. The EST is not meant to have long-term storage, but if you need a longer period of time, you can select a later date. Once it disappears after this date, it is not gone forever. You can call the ETDM help desk and they can retrieve it in the future. Then press organization and which one you're a part of and press next. Here we're going to add a feature, and there's 3 types of features: point, line, and polygon. The point and line are more common with ETDM projects and those projects that focus on roadways and roadway buffers. But a polygon is helpful when looking for watersheds or other project area data. So for this demonstration, we're going to draw a polygon on a map. So to do this, you go to where you want your polygon to be, and you just start clicking where you want it to go. Then once you're done, double click and it will show it to you. At this point, if you don't like it, that's okay. You can just press delete and it'll erase it and you start over again. If you need to make some tweaks, you can do that by dragging these little circles to where you want it to be. Also, if you want a buffer around your polygon, you can add a buffer. Currently, this one is showing a 300-foot buffer. If you didn't want a buffer and you only want it to be the area that you drew, press 0 and it will adjust itself. If you want a larger buffer, say 500 feet, press that and it will give you a 500-foot buffer. Once you have your buffer set along with your polygon, press next. You can name your feature if you want, or just press next. At this point, it will give you the different report options. We want to use the waters report, so click that and press run. Once the waters report is complete, you'll see it shown in blue, and you'll just press it, and it will bring up the report for you. This is the waters report. I first want to show you on the top here is an export to PDF. You can press that and save this report to your project files. You can navigate around in the report in several different ways. The first being over here on the right is the table of contents, where you can jump to any of the sections that you want to see. Every section has a summary at the beginning of it, summarizing all of the data sets that are there, what features there are, and the counts for that data set. If you want to jump to a specific data set, you can either scroll down or press the button that will take you directly to it. So we can press this one here, and it will take us right to that data set. Each data set has options at the top where you can show it on the map, and it will take you back to the EST map viewer and show the information. It also has metadata, which tells you where that data set comes from and the details of that data set. Or you can press back to analysis summary and it'll take you back up to the summary where we were just at. Now the data sets give you areas. Depending on the data set, it may be acres, percentages, amounts, resources, or facilities that are in the project area for that data set. If your data layer shows a 0 or the summary shows a 0, that means the data for that layer is not found in the EST and there isn't any. So last, I want to show you as we go back to the map viewer, an example of where you've created an AOI and you've closed out of it and now you want to go back into it at a later date. So what you would do is log in and go to the map viewer, shown here, and then you would scroll down on the left to the AOI editor and press Open. At this point, you have a couple of options. You can load the reports, and it will start at the beginning, and you can make any edits to that you want to do to that AOI. Or you can press Results, and that will automatically bring all the results from the AOI you created, including the waters report, and you can click on that. So if you want to go right to the waters report, press Results. Otherwise, press Load. If you indeed have some minor tweaks or edits you want to make, you want to rerun these reports. So you can certainly do that. You would just press Next, and then you can change whatever you want. If you want to change the buffer to say 300 feet, type that here and then press Next. And then you can rerun any of these reports that you previously had as a smaller buffer. If you want to change how something looks, such as here, you can do that and then rerun the buffer. And all you would do is press Run, and it'll create a new waters report with that change to it. The demonstration I just provided will help you use the EST mapping tool to view waters thematic maps, create an AOI, and then create a waters report based on the AOI to use for your specific project in the future.